What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, and it is that time again for another monthly haul. So this is everything that I accumulated in the month of February. I really didn't buy anything in February whatsoever. I did make a purchase off of Turi, which I did an unboxing for. So if you didn't see that unboxing, I will re-show some of that stuff that that I picked up from him in this update. But yeah, I just basically decided to take the whole month off from buying and collecting things this month because I've just had enough of the mail system and just the overpriced media that Canada's been offering. The prices are just so outrageous right now. I don't know what's going on, but I just said, fuck it. I've had too many things lost in the last 3 months, whether it be music or I lost a couple DVDs and a Blu-ray also. So it's been very, very frustrating for me. So I decided pretty much everything that I have in this update is stuff that I'd ordered in January that showed up, you know, in mid-February, or stuff that I'd pre-ordered in January for February releases. And that's about it. This is probably one of the smallest updates, if not the smallest update I've ever had on YouTube. And I've been on YouTube for what, 5-6 years now. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. I only have 4 DVDs, which I just picked up in my buddy's shop for $2 a piece. I really didn't have any intentions of, you know, ordering stuff online at all. The odd kind of Blu-ray I did pick up, I picked up at the HMV sale, and yeah, that's really about it. And just the odd thing that came in from being on order for a while and stuff. So, but yeah, let's get right into this. Relatively, actually the Blu-ray update is pretty normal size considering I guess I'd ordered a lot of stuff before and I had stuff on pre-order, so it kind of added itself up, but you know, made for a decent haul. But anyways, first up here we got Blue Underground's Love Camp 7. Now this film right here is one that I've been waiting for years to finally hit an official release, and I go figure this one would go from obscurity, totally skip DVD and go straight to Blu-ray, courtesy of Blue Underground. Fantastic release from the Video Nasties list. One of the only ones I was missing. I'm missing I think 4 or 5 titles now. So the ones that just don't have any release. I believe it's 4, maybe 5. I don't know. But yeah, this one looked really great on Blu-ray. I was really surprised. Blue Underground can be hit and miss with their transfers, but they did a great job of this film. This is the one that started off the whole Nazi exploitation type thing, and it's actually still banned in the UK. Believe it or not, this movie has still never got a pass, which is crazy. But yeah, it's sleazy, sleazy awesomeness. If you like Nazi exploitation, check out Love Camp 7. It's awesome shit, man. Really, really good stuff. As you guys can see, I'm in a different room. I'm in my studio tonight because my poker table where I usually shoot my videos at is just filled with shit. Just moving around a bunch of stuff in my basement and stuff. I didn't feel like taking it off, so I said, fuck it. I'm gonna shoot in here. Just get this over with. Next up here, we got spy number 51 on the Redemption line, Dr. Orloff's Monster. Some more Jess Franco hitting Blu-ray. This is just an upgrade for me. I absolutely love this film. Jess Franco back in the early 60s was actually quite an interesting filmmaker. It wasn't until like the later 60s when he became, you know, the sleazy kind of director that we know him as and stuff. But this stuff was very interesting. It was different. It was like actually well made and stuff. It wasn't as sleazy. Very, very different Jess Franco from the stuff that you're probably normally familiar with. But if you've seen the Orloff, you know, the Dr. Orloff films, you know what I'm talking about. The first couple films are really awesome. Then they get a little bit sleazier and stuff. But I actually haven't checked out this transfer yet, so I can't really comment on the quality of this. But it's one of my favorite Franco films, actually. I love that film. So next up, here's another upgrade. I picked this one up at the HMV sale. You know, everything's at 30% off now, so it's like, fuck it, why not? So this was $7. Got this for $7. I do have the Shelf Factory DVD release of this too, but I was like, for $7, I'm not going to let that sit there. Plus, I'm pretty damn sure no one's ever going to buy this in the city I live in, so if it hasn't sold by now, it's probably not going to. So I was like, fuck it, I'll grab it. Whatever, $7. So I like Cannibal Girls, man. It's a fun film. Eugene Levy, Canadian film. Pretty fun shit, so if you've never seen Cannibal Girls, give it a shot. I definitely like this cover art better than the Shelf Factory one, though. Pretty good stuff. Next up, here's a bunch of 88 film stuff that finally came in. Decided that I'm going to start collecting the Italian line. I don't really collect a whole lot of lines anymore, you know. So ever since I stopped collecting Scream Factory and stuff, I was like, I need something. You know, I do Massacre Video, but, you know, this Italian line was just kind of calling to me. But I picked up Zombie Holocaust. Of course, this release right here isn't as good as the Severin release, but the Severin release, like I said, going back to the prices of of media in Canada, I mean, that shit's like 40 something bucks. You know, you know, even importing this from the UK, it only cost me $11 Canadian. So, I mean, you know, it's a great transfer and stuff. It just doesn't have the other cut on it, but, you know, it's definitely not as good as a release as a Severin, but still awesome. Otherwise, you know, it looks great, sounds awesome and stuff, and it's got some features, but, you know, but eventually, maybe one day when that shit goes down, I'll pick it up. But for now, collecting the Italian line from 88 Films. Zombie Holocaust. I love it. Watched it. It's good shit. Next up here is The Cynic, the Rat in the Fist, an Umberto Lenzi action crime film. I've never actually seen this one, and upon getting this release, it says on the back, this blistering sequel to Rome Armed with to the Teeth, which I know about that film, and I didn't realize that this was actually a sequel to that film, so I need to track down that sometime. Hopefully it actually gets re-released. I know it has a release. Someone's released it, but yeah, so... That's kind of shitty, man. That is kind of shitty. So, you know me, I can't really watch sequels before, you know, the original films. It's always a pain in the ass, but for my OCD. But yeah, can't wait, man. John Saxon, Thomas Milan, awesome shit. Yeah, another upgrade here, man. Seven Deaths in the Cat's Eye by Antonio Margaretti. Man, I love this movie. Really great stuff. Haven't checked out the transfer on this one. I have heard it's pretty damn good though. So. Yeah, really great stuff. I know Riz Orlini, yeah, he does the soundtrack in this one. Awesome stuff. But good giallo upgrade for my Blue Underground DVD. Next up, some more Nazi exploitation here with SSX Experiment Camp. This is probably the fucking one of the sleaziest ones, and that's saying a lot for that genre, because there is a shit ton of really, really sleazy Nazi exploitation films. I mean, the Elsa films are really sleazy. There's so many. Just too many to name, but this one right here just kind of takes the cake at times, man. It's ridiculous. Heavily banned, you know, with from the Video Nasties list and stuff, but I always love this film, man. It's just ridiculous stuff, man. Yeah. If you've seen this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Weird thing about this, came in a blue case. I don't know why this was factory sealed, and it came in a blue case. So somebody let me know out there if you guys have this released. Did it come in a clear case or not? Because that really tripped me out, because I know the Italian collection all comes in clear cases. So this was kind of a trip to get in a blue case. I was like, what the hell is this, man? I don't know, man. It just confused me. So SS Experiment Camp. And last up for the 88 films here, I got the Bloodstained Shadow, which is another upgrade for my Blue Underground DVD. I love this movie too. This is another really good one by Antonio Bito. Yeah, not much for features on this one, but again, I haven't watched this one. I haven't checked out the transfer, so. But I thought the original cover art on this is actually kind of cool. I just haven't flipped it. It's in Italian, but just very, very plain and simple. I thought that was actually kind of cool. But yeah, Bloodstained Shadow, great giallo. Next couple here, if you've seen my unboxing from Turi, you've seen these, but I have watched a couple of these, so I'll let you guys know my thoughts on them. Checked out The Brood on Blu-ray, courtesy of Criterion. The fucking transfer on this is just amazing. It looks really, really great. Criterion never fails, man. The Brood is such an amazing film. It's just, you know, one part in this film that I always remember every time, or it always kind of sticks with me after I watch this film, is the scene where the teacher gets fucking just annihilated by these little freak baby things. And yeah, that scene is just brutal, because when you watch it, the kids are just watching their teacher just get pulverized, and it's just like the kids honestly look scared in that scene for real. Like it's that terrifying. It's, you know, for those kids, it's so traumatizing. But still, like, such a great film. Love The Brood. Awesome release. Can't believe it took me that long to actually get that Criterion release. Haven't watched this one yet from Code Red. Bloodthirsty Butchers, courtesy Andy Milligan. I know what I'm going to get with this. I'm going to get a really, really bad film that I'm going to laugh at the whole time. But it's Andy Milligan. You know what you're getting yourself into with his films, if you're familiar with them. They're pretty much all the same. they're really low budget and terrible. Next up here is the Twilight Time release of Vampires, which I did watch also. I thought transfer was really fantastic on this. Man, I love this movie. I have no idea why every time I talk about this film in a video, everyone always like, Vampires isn't that great. I know it's kind of got more of a, you know, it's got a little bit more respect since it's got a good release. But man, I love James Woods is fucking badass in this film, man. It's so awesome. I just like the whole premise, like how they, they go out of their way to like, snag up these vampires and drag them out of buildings and they catch on fire and shit. I like that whole premise, man. Like they're not just in there like just staking them and shit like that. They'll take the time to burn them right up, and I always like that, man. Music's awesome in this film from John Carpenter too. It's really fantastic, but yeah, good release from Twilight Times actually. Transfer's really good. Next up is the VCI release of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I was really taken back by the transfer on this because every transfer I've ever seen of this film looks like absolute shit. This is really good. It's crazy. It's like actually light and you can see what's going on in the film and stuff. Yeah, it's definitely the best it's ever going to look, man. It probably, I mean, who knows? But yeah, it's just incredible what they did with this transfer. Really, really good stuff. So, but yeah. Bob Clark's first film, underrated. Not underrated, but it's just, I don't know, man. This one does get talked about a little bit, but it's a very enjoyable, low-budget, shitty zombie film. It really is. So, I enjoy it. And next up here is The City of the Dead. I'll be grabbing probably the Arrow version once it hits the market and it's on sale, and one of their sales way down the line. Because I love this movie. I absolutely love this film. And again, VCI's transfer on this, fantastic stuff, man. Really, really fantastic. It was like crystal damn clear. I was taken back by the transfer, just like, holy shit, man. Like, that really does look good. Yeah, very good stuff by VCI. Because, I mean, they were always known in the past for putting out pretty mediocre Blu-ray transfers, or DVD transfers and stuff. But their Blu-rays, not bad. They stepped up their game for this. But yeah, I'm curious to see what's on the Arrow, for the Arrow, special features and stuff, so which I probably could just look it up, but whatever. But yeah, until now, that was cheap. So next up, Vinegar Syndrome's release of Slaughterhouse, such an upgrade from the DVD, from the Lucky 13 DVD that I still possess. Rewatching Slaughterhouse, man, this movie is actually quite boring, and it's with a name like Slaughterhouse, it's so frustrating because there's so much potential to have a great film, with a name like Slaughterhouse, where it takes place like in these slaughterhouses with this huge ass killer and this huge meat cleaver. The kills are pretty lackluster in this. Most of them are kind of off screen. It's not really that gory or bloody and stuff. It's a little bit boring. It drags at times and stuff. There's a good movie in here. It's just not this one. I can't believe that. Like, I really used to enjoy this film, but rewatching it again, it's not that good. It's really, really not that good. It's kind of a shame, like I said, there's just so much opportunity missed in this film with those awesome sets and those awesome locations that they used, but I don't know. Slaughterhouse, not really the greatest. Next up here is Scream Factory's edition of Carrie, which I gotta say, man, I'm such a big fan of the original cover art. I love that shit. So good. Transfer looked really fantastic on this. I have to say they did a pretty damn good job with the transfer. It definitely, looks better than like kind of the standard MGM release of it. Yeah, man, not really a whole lot of new features. A lot of the stuff is ported over on here. There's new Horus Hollow Grounds, which is really damn cool. There's some new interviews and stuff, and of course the new scam. But really, I mean, it shows you on the back. Like, there's really not much new features, but yeah, fucking Scream Factory, but price was right, so had to grab it. Next up here, got the release of The Gate, and I did watch this one also. The transfer I thought was really good on this. It looked really fantastic. In my opinion, the Vestron line, the transfers have been a little bit hit and miss for myself. I thought Shopping Mall looked pretty good. I thought Waxwork looked really good. And this one was up there with one of the best ones so far. So, but The Gate's still a really, really damn fun film. It's awesome. It's just such a fun little, little creature, demonic type story. Yeah, really great stuff. I highly recommend it. Check it out. The price on that, though, is fucking ridiculous. The pre-order price I thought was going to go down. Yeah, I think it went down like 36 cents. I got a rebate on that. I'm like, woohoo, 36 cents. I can buy absolutely nothing with that. So, fuck. Fucking Canada. Next up here is Parents, which is Spine 7. I watch this. It's still a really fun film. I have a lot of fun with Parents. I didn't think the transfer was that great on it, though. It seemed pretty good. It was, it was grainy and stuff, which was the natural grain and stuff, but it just seemed kind of dull to me. It didn't seem like it was really that popping and stuff. I'm not an expert on transfers. I'm just kind of going off on what I personally see. I couldn't write like a Blu-ray transfer review because I don't really understand I don't even understand the process of converting these films over, to be honest. But I don't know, just by my kind of modest interpretation of the transfer. I don't know. I thought it was kind of soft. I thought it was a little bit soft, so I wasn't overly impressed with this one. But you know, again, not really the most features on this one and stuff, but it was okay. It was okay. Movie's still good though. Next up here is The Liar, the White Worm, another upgrade. Like all these Vestron titles, they haven't put out anything I've actually technically needed to buy, but they are upgrades to Blu-ray. The Liar, the White Worm, great film, man. Transfer I thought looked pretty good on this one, one of the better ones for sure. Still a really interesting and oddball film. I really enjoy it though, man. I think it's fun. You know, check out this film. I think I reviewed this one. I think I reviewed this film. Yeah, I did. I reviewed this one on my 88 series. It's good shit though. It's good stuff. Transfer's pretty good. Next up here is Return of the Living Dead 3. You guys notice I showed this in my last month's update, I believe. And my homeboy sent me over this. I actually thought he was just sending me the fucking slipcover, but he actually sent me the whole fucking deal. So I haven't even opened up this one, but yeah, I have one with a slipcover now because Canada sucks when you pre-order shit. And apparently they send you Blu-rays without slipcovers. It's fucking bullshit. But yeah, Return of the Living Dead, I thought this one looked really good too, actually. Pretty good. Next up here, oh, we got another Scream Factory here. We picked up Dead Time Stories, another upgrade for me. Yeah, it's like a fucking world of difference from the old Image DVD, man. The Image DVD just looks like trash. Looked like complete trash. Full screen, really muddy and shit like that. Sounded like shit too. You know, rewatch this one. It's still not my favorite anthology. It's still kind of fun. It's so fucking goofy in parts that I actually kind of have fun with it, based on, you know, kids' nursery rhymes and shit like that. And oh, the Three Bears one, man, just fucking cracks me up how stupid it is. It's so stupid, but still, you know, overall, it's an enjoyable watch. It's not a great anthology by any means, but it does look good on Blu-ray, I have to say. But then again, anything will look better than that shitty Image DVD. So yeah. Next up, we got a couple non-horror stuff here. I picked up Star Wars. This is a graph movie, New York graph movie that was done in 1982. If you're into graffiti and stuff, into, you know, hip hop and things like that, this is definitely the documentary to get. This is fucking amazing, and it kind of goes through the whole the history, you know, of graph leading up to that point and stuff. And it gives you a lot of like really great shots of New York in the early 80s, how everything was covered in graph. Like those days are just so long gone and shit, but it's got a lot of awesome stories and stuff on here, and a lot of great guys that interviewed like the graph artists from those days and shit like that. Yeah, man, just this is fucking awesome. Check out Star Wars. I highly recommend this documentary. It's just phenomenal. Really, really phenomenal. And it was sitting at HMV and it had gone 30% off, and so it was like $7, and I was like, so yeah, I paired it up with the other one there. Star Wars. I do have this DVD, but I had to grab the Blu-ray. Fuck, why not? Next up here is another one. Actually, this is one of the ones I actually did purchase online. This is, I think, the only Blu-ray that I bought online all month from Amazon Prime, so I was pretty sure it was going to show up. But I couldn't pass it up, and that's Nighthawks. It's from the Shout Select line, because it dropped down to like $18, and even to find any of these Shout Select Blu-rays for like under 20, like usually these things are like 25 to 40 bucks here. I don't know why the price dropped down so much on this one. I was like, fuck it, I gotta grab it. Great film with Stallone and Rutger Hauer. Billy D. Williams in this shit and stuff. Basically, Rutger Hauer plays a terrorist, and Stallone has to track him down and shit like that in New York. Pretty cool stuff, man. Early 80s. Good New York stuff. Yeah, love this film. Really good stuff. Next up is the Blu-ray release of Handmaiden. Canada got a Blu-ray release. I know this one down in the States only got a DVD release, which is unfortunate. I still have not watched it yet. My homeboy Godzilla watched it. He said it was fantastic. These fucking these Koreans, man. South Korea, man, makes the longest movies. This shit is like $1.45. That's crazy. It's like 2.5 hours. Like, all their movies are so damn long. But yeah, Park Chan-wook, man, he's a great filmmaker, so I can't wait to check this out. Just haven't gotten around to it. Next up here, we got Slugs. You know, I have seen the transfer on this, but this is just such an amazing film from the director of Pieces, man. It's so awesome. I love Pieces. Show this one in my unboxing video. And also, The Initiation. At first, you know, I was watching this one with the homie Godzilla, and, you know, after I got in the unboxing, and, you know, I was kind of looking at the transfer going, you know, it's not really that great, but, you know, I started reading up on it a little bit and stuff, and you know, I kind of popped it in again. I was like, you know what, it actually is pretty good. See, that's the thing about me with transfers. Sometimes, you know, it's hard. It's so easy to say it's not good, or so easy to say it is good. So you actually kind of like really kind of think about. I don't know. It's weird when it comes to transfers with me, but this one I thought, you know, kind of looked a little soft and stuff, but you know, just given the natural, I guess it would be the grain and stuff, it just kind of worked. But still a really fun slasher film, man. I had fun rewatching this again. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I love the setting of this film in the, you know, in the department store and shit. It's awesome. Good stuff. The story's just like crazy in this film. It's just so developed and shit. There's just so much to it. Next up here from Umbrella, we got The Man from Hong Kong. Now this is probably one of the Blu-ray releases of the year so far. This shit's ridiculous, man. We got The Man from Hong Kong, and then you got 5 bonus films on here. You got Death Cheaters, Stunt Rock, Kung Fu Killers, Danger Freaks, and The Stuntman. And I believe Kung Fu Killers, no, it's the Danger Freaks and The Stuntman. I think those are documentaries and shit like that. But yeah, this is awesome, man. From Bride Tension Smith, man. So awesome. Dead End Drive, and among films. So many good stuff. Yeah, this film is great, man. The fucking action, so funny. Some of the dialogue in this film had me just pissing myself. It was so good. It was so good. Like, it was cheesy, but like in a really damn good way. I can't recommend this release enough. This is definitely one of the best releases of the year so far. It's ridiculous. Like, 5 bonus features, or 5 bonus movies as a feature. It's crazy. Crazy. Highly recommend that. Really great stuff. Next up here from Ryan Nicholson and Plot Digger Films, I finally got my copy of More Dead New Girls. I'd actually pre-ordered this back in October. It didn't ship. Contacted Ryan, and he's contacted this guy that ships these things out, and he sent me up it. So I was like, oh, this is like, you know, 5 months later kind of thing. He's like, so sorry, man, so sorry. I believe some of the footage that was used in this, that was made to make this, was cut from the cut of Gutterballs 2, which I was fortunate enough to see only 2 screenings ever that cut that he is not going to be using now. He's actually reshooting. I think he just finished up the reshoots this weekend for it. But I think some of that footage was used in here. I can't quite remember. I think it is, though, because it's like featuring BBK and stuff, the bowling bag killer. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a couple years since I've seen that, since I seen that version of Gutterballs 2. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Very short. It's only about 25 minutes. But if you're a fan of Ryan Nicholson and stuff, you know, give this one a shot. Pretty cool stuff. Happy to finally get it. And last up for the Blu-rays here, man. I got this metal pack. It's actually not a steelbook. It's a metal pack from, I want to say, yeah, it's from Germany, of the Demolisher. This is a Canadian film that came out last year. I never had a chance to see it. Thought I'd pick this up. Yeah, this is one I ordered, I think, back in the beginning of January. Didn't show up until February or whatever. Basically about this guy that's dealing with, you know, the loss of, or not the loss, his wife has had an accident. She was a cop. She got shot and stuff, and she's now confined to a wheelchair, and he's dealing with her, you know, and, you know, he's very stressed out and shit like that. And he kind of goes out at nighttime to relieve his stress, gets in this demolish gear, and, you know, goes around and just fucking just starts picking fights with people and shit like that. Kind of vigilante style a little bit. But then he kind of, then the story develops itself where, you know, this girl and stuff. I'm not going to give the whole thing away, but I really couldn't stand the way this film developed itself and in like the direction it went and stuff. Yeah, just, you know, honestly, it was low budget. The acting wasn't like overly the greatest and stuff, but I can get past that. But like, it's just the overall story in this one. I really was having problems with it. I just thought it was stupid. Like, I really couldn't get into the story whatsoever. It just made no sense the way it developed and why he was doing this with this girl and stuff. I mean, it did, but I just didn't think it was really that great. So, but it is a really nice metal pack, though. I have to say, like, it's actually really nice. It's actually like more sturdy than most steelbooks and shit. Comes with some cards and shit, you know, the DVD and I believe the soundtrack too, yeah. Or the Blu-ray and the soundtrack too, so yeah, so it's a really nice addition. I just was not really happy with the film. And, you know, this is kind of one of those things too, I'm just like, that's it. I'm just not blind buying that many films anymore because I'm so tired of them turning out to be shit. And yeah, so the Demolisher, not really the greatest, so. But yeah, that's going to do it for, ooh, I'm going to lose that pile there. I'm not used to not having areas to really do this shit in. But yeah, that's it for the Blu-rays. I still picked up like 30 Blu-rays this month. I guess most of them, like I said, were pre-orders and stuff. I'll show these quick little DVDs. Nothing special whatsoever here. Just a couple things I found at my buddy's shop. Every time I come across a something weird DVD, I always have to grab it because these things are just amazing. This is a triple feature of a smell of honey, a swallow of brine. Second feature is a sweet sickness, and the third one is a brick dollhouse, like adult type sex comedy things, you know, from the 60s, 66, 68, and 67. Ridiculous, not really everyone's cup of tea, but still pretty cool. From Shout Factory, I had to grab this because I thought this was kind of cool. The Comic Relief, best of comic relief. So it's basically like, I don't know, something like 4.5 hours of just skits and, you know, stand-ups and shit like that from all the comic reliefs that started back in the early 80s with Whoopi Goldberg and Billy Crystal and Robin Williams and stuff. They used to host those things. If you guys ever watched them and stuff, they were always the big thing whenever they had a special every couple years or whatever. But yeah, really cool stuff, man. So a lot of good, like everyone's on here, man. Everyone from like fucking George Carlin to Chris Rock, man. It's amazing. So pretty cool. I was happy to find this, man. If I come across stand-up DVDs, I usually pick them up because, well, I mean, if I like the comedian, but it's just rare I ever come across stuff like this. And I found the Andrew Dice Clay Dice Rules special, man. This is fucking hilarious, dude. Like, Andrew Dice Clay was the shit back in the early 90s. This guy was the funniest motherfucker alive, man. He was so funny. Yeah, he's so damn entertaining. He's so vulgar and just doesn't give a fuck and smokes constantly. His act was just absolutely hilarious to me, man. Still super fun to watch, man. I really enjoyed this. It's good stuff. And I think this movie right here is actually on Blu-ray now. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. Haven't checked it out yet. My buddy, I was down at my buddy's shop and he said, you know, man, you gotta check this movie out. It's really damn good. And that is Undertow. Now, I have heard of this film. I didn't know if it was any good or not, but he said it's really damn good, so I need to check this out. But why not? Why not give it a shot? But yeah. So, like I said, nothing a whole lot special for DVDs. And like I said before, I never went out of my way to buy anything this month. It's just what I ended up with. So, but I do have some stuff. I did actually make an order to Diabolic, which I ordered 3 things, and there's a couple more pre-orders and things like that should be shipping and stuff. But I think, you know, at the end of this month, I might have a decent update. I don't really know, but I'm just trying to take some time off from buying stuff because I'm just fucking fed up. It's collecting has just become a total nuisance, a total hassle for myself. And I mean, I'm not going to stop collecting or anything. I mean, I still buy music like crazy and stuff, but even then, you know, with the loss of, you know, like I think 3 or 4 albums that I've lost and shit like that, I'm just like, fuck, dude, it's getting so frustrating. So frustrating, but I mean, I guess it's always good to take a little bit of time off and shit. I mean, catch up on some of the stuff that I buy, you know, and actually watch the shit. So, but yeah, so that is going to do it for the update, guys. Definitely the shortest update I've had probably ever on YouTube. This is crazy. But yeah, no, it feels good not to have an hour update. But anyways, chars, guys.